Hello everyone. I once again welcome you to my series of lecture that is Understanding Pharmaceutical Science with Dr. Hariharan. So today we are going to discuss about one of the genetic transfer process, that is bacterial transduction, very precisely the mechanism of generalized transduction. So first we understand about bacterial transduction. So transduction is a process in which the genetic material is transferred from one bacteria to another bacteria, which is mediated by a virus called as bacteriophage. So bacteriophage is nothing but a virus which generally infects bacteria. So the transfer happens with the help of this bacteriophage. So what happens is that in the transduction, if you see, so the bacteriophage once infect a bacteria, it sometimes by error gets internalized and packed in a viral particle, that is the phage particle, that is the bacterial chromosome gets incorporated into a phage particle. Then it is infected to another bacteria in which that genetic material of the first infected bacterium gets transferred to it. So this process we generally call as a transduction. So we can classify the transduction into different types. So if you see the types of transduction, it can be broadly classified into two types based on the type of life cycle in which the transduction occurs. So first one is the generalized transduction that we will discuss today, and second is the specialized transduction. This you can understand in my next lecture. So first we will understand what is meant by a generalized transduction. So if you see the generalized transduction, this process occurs during the lytic cycle of the either a virulent bacteriophage, or it can also occurs in the lytic cycle of some temperate bacteriophage. So during this cycle what happens is the genetic material of one bacteria gets transferred to another bacteria. So this you can see from the process how this generalized transduction is occurring. So first you can see a bacteria is there. The bacterial genetic material has been represented in a blue color, which carries two genes very precisely for our understanding how the transduction is occurring. One is the histidine plus and second is the lysine plus. And the phage particle carrying its own viral DNA, which is shown in red color. So it comes and gets attached with the receptor of the bacterial cell, and this phage DNA gets internalized. So once it gets internalized, it initiates the lytic pathway. That is, the phage started replicating its own genetic material. Meanwhile, it also disintegrates the host chromosomal DNA into different parts. So once it disintegrates the host chromosomal DNA, the gene histidine plus and the lysine plus also disintegrated into some small parts. So later on what happens, the phage started getting assembly. So it get assembly its genetic material into a capsid. So sometimes what happens is that generally it takes up only the viral genome into the capsid, then it packed, then it released, and the next life cycle will generally follows. But in some cases what happens is by error the chromosomal DNA gets packed into this capsid. So as you can see from the figure, the blue colored one is packed into a viral particle, phage particle. So this one we called as a transducing phage particle. So this one started moving and it binds with the receptor of the new host, and the bacterial genetic material get internalized. So this doesn't have an ability to replicate similar to that of a virus. So in this case what it is happening is that this genetic material will get integrated with the second bacterial host material, genetic material, by recombination. So then it produces a new characteristics. The histidine plus gene, which was present in the first bacteria, is packed into a bacteriophage particle. Then it is transferred to the next bacteria, which is histidine minus by its genotype. Now it has been integrated and got converted to a histidine plus. So this is how a bacterial transduction, generalized transduction occurs. Now we will see certain technicality how this mechanism of generalized transduction occurs. Very precisely, the process is happening from the assembly stage. So during the assembly stage, what happened is there's random packing of this phage particle, that is the viral genome, into the phage particle. Sometimes by mistake this degraded bacterial chromosome gets packed. So the phage particle, the capsid, has its own capacity, limited capacity. So once it takes the chromosomal DNA, it does not have an ability to pack the additional viral DNA. So it leaves the viral DNA behind, and the amount of the bacterial DNA that can be packed is based on the size of the capsid. So once the packed this viral DNA, which doesn't have another lytic life cycle genes is not available, so it can only integrate with the new host bacterium. So it doesn't initiate a lytic cycle like a virus. So this particle we generally regarded as a generalized transducing particle or generalized transducing phage, and it simply carries the genetic information of that bacterium which can be integrated into the new host. So what happens about next, once it gets attached with the receptor of the new host, it gets transferred. So this transferred gene we generally called as exogenate. Then it can integrate with the endogenate, that is the host chromosome DNA of the next second bacteria by recombination process. So generally this type of generalized transduction is not that much successful. 70 to 90% of transferred DNA is not generally integrated, but temporarily it will be present and expresses. Only a 10 to 20% gets integrated. So amount of DNA which has been taken, if you see from some example, is that the P22 phage can take up about 1% of the bacterial genome, especially the Salmonella enterica serover typhimurium, whereas the P1 phage of the E. coli can take up to 2.5% of the genome. So thank you very much for understanding about this generalized transduction. In my next lecture, you can understand about the specialized transduction. Thank you very much.